If you are new here, check out the part 1 to 16 of this video. Moving to the story, a huge crowd has formed a line in front of a huge gate. One the nobodies tells his friend to look at the direction he is pointed. He actually pointed towards our Chad, telling if he saw someone like him among the successors of the Sichuan sect. This turd assumes that both his guards are women, so he must be a womanizer. These retards are getting unnecessary screen time, as the first nobody tells his friend that the Sichuan assembly is a major event, so what's the point of him coming here if he is going to act like this? Second nobody assumes that our Chad's martial skills are trash. Why are we wasting time on this brainless ants again? What they are worried about is that the women are all going crazy and the first loser thinks that he has already lost even before fighting. Our Chad has such good looks that even the judges think to themselves that they have seen many young martial artists, but none of them can match our Chad when it comes to looks. One of them asks our boy which clan or sect he is from. Hearing the name the Tang clan, they both gets nervous and shocked as our Chad intercedes himself as Tang Yeon-myeong, the young master of the Sichuan Tang family. We now move on to some other place where the half-naked turd that is set on killing our Chad. She is informed that Yeon-myeong has registered his name on the participant list early this morning, and then he went straight to his quarters. She smirks, thinking to herself that it's alright for our Chad to rest for now since she will kills our Chad and avenge our grudge. In a flashback we see her on the ground crying while holding a book in her hand. The R where she is now is a frequent hangout for bandits and they at people who are alone. Thankfully she was saved by senior aunt. This was the first time she met him. She was surviving as the concubine of a high-ranking military office, but she was nothing more than a plaything. The one day this old hag died suddenly in an accident, this ugly trash had an hobby of collecting martial art manuals. Wanting a new life, she grabbed one of them and ran away. That is how she ended up meeting gray-haired gorilla. After a while he taught her martial arts and they grew close to each other. He was originally from the Wudong sect and they instilled the basics to defend herself. After mastering her basics, she started practicing the manual she had stolen. It was Red Lotus Flame Art, but misfortune won't leave her alone as from that point onwards, her body began to weaken day by day as she had contacted an incurable disease. Realizing that she doesn't have much time left, she left gray-haired gorilla, because she didn't want him to see her in a pitiful state. A lot of time passed and she learned that gorilla had become the head of the Darkness Silent Sword, and was quickly gaining power. On the other hand, she was dying and the constant pain made her wish that she just end her life, but her regrets won't let her die and her last wish was to just see Grey Gorilla once. That's when they found her out with Black Lizard tagging alone. He tells him that she is the one that possesses remarkable talent but can't understand why she is on the brink of death. Black Lizard tells him that she learned the martial arts of both yin and yang, so her vitality and energy conflict with each other, so it's natural that her body is dying. Lizard tells her that she should recite the formula of the martial arts she has learned. To her this was a stroke of fate, and like she was hypnotized by his words, she spoke it with all her will. After listening to the entire formula, Lizard took less than half an hour and created a new version of the Red Lotus Flame Art. She was shocked that he altered it in such a way that a woman could use it with her yang energy. He tells her that if she reaches a high level, the accumulated internal injuries will naturally heal, so she should just keep practicing. The person who saved her was no one other than the Black Death Alliance leader who ruled over Sichuan. To show her loyalty for saving her life, she established the Transforming Heart sect and joined the Black Death Alliance. Since Gorilla was also a part of the Black Death Alliance, she thought that she could rekindle their old relationship. He clearly rejected her, telling her that he found her because of her talent and not for any other reason, so she shouldn't get caught in old feeling anymore. He had drifted far away from than she has imagined, but she cannot blame him since she left him first. Let's take a second to make sure we are in the right story. What's this third-rate romance story anyway? She didn't lose hope that it'd come again. She suppressed her feeling, hoping that one day he would understand her sincerity. Then one day she heard the news that the Darkness sect was annihilated by our Chad. That day she made up her mind that she will kill the young master of the Tang family, our Chad. Moving to the present, she just wants to track down Yeon-myeong and kill him right now, but he is someone that has surpassed the peak realm, so even with her Red Lotus Flame Art it would be hard to kill him. She smirks, holding herself a little longer as she has made a plan at the upcoming Sichuan assembly, which he will never be able to escape. She falls on her bed making an ugly face waiting for the destruction of our Chad. Her story was sad, but now she can die since she has half the chapter for herself. We move on to another manner where our Chad is meditating. While he was doing so, Snaky manifests himself. He thinks that Yeon-myeong is a monster. He has been disrupting his mental training for over an hour, but he didn't even move an inch. It is hard to believe that it is the focus of a kid. He would believe that if it was an old master who had rejuvenated. He cannot figure out what exactly he is doing. In his mind realm, he is currently facing his master in a one-on-one duel. They both get ready to attack, positioning their sword into a similar stance. They both attack at the same time using the skill eliminates as a huge explosion occurs because of their class of swords. As the bright light fades away, they are both unmatched until Yeon-myeong gets split in half. Yeon-myeong expected this, that it is impossible to full manifest the eliminate technique with the green heart poison technique. Even though he cut down 70 people with the eliminate technique, it was only a degraded version that couldn't display even half of its powers. If it was in its full powers, it would have split the entire area in half. In his past life, he used a mental technique called the destructive force. Only by mastering this he can truly unleash the power of the eliminate technique. Destructive force has a nature that weakens the body, causing ordinary people to die suddenly, but only Yeon-myeong and his master were born with the talent to control power, were capable of using the technique. Now that he has reached the peak realm and his body has become stronger, if he mastered destructive force he could quickly gain the martial prowess of his past life. Yeon-myeong wonders to himself that he has become too attached to the sword, making him question this. Although the technique is degraded, he still managed to manifest the essence of eliminate with his current strength. The reason that it is so weak is because the current mental technique doesn't align with his swordsmanship. He thinks that he can modify the green heart poison technique to align with his swordsmanship. Yeon-myeong suddenly wakes up to see his face marked and our troll is drawing on his face. Yeon-myeong tells her to stop, but she won't. Mirio gets shocked, asking Yeon-myeong if he was sleeping, which Yeon-myeong doesn't agree, asking her if they are ready. Mirio says they have been waiting for him. Hearing this, Yeon-myeong tells them to head out. Yeon-myeong asks Mirio how long she is going to treat Yeon-myeong like her friend. Mirio tells her why would she care when Yeon-myeong himself can't say anything. Then they both start fighting with each other, making Yeon-myeong fall in a tough spot. Yeon-myeong tells her that Yeon-myeong is not wrong. Hearing this, Mirio gets pissed, asking him if he is siding with her. But that doesn't mean she has to tiptoe around those guys from the unorthodox sections. They both agree on this, and Yeon-myeong tells her that there's no need to worry about dignity in front of a pile of corpses. But before all this, she attacked Yeon-myeong. No, now she has to pay her back tenfolds. This is it for this video. If you want another part, comment on this video and new series we have picked up.